that music.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode NASCAR Cup Series edition. Once again, we are getting closer to the end of the season. It is race number 34 of 36 on the year. It is the Texas 500 at the Texas Motor Speedway, the final 500-mile race of the season, and it is also the final mile-and-a-half race this season. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we're about to bring you this full race of action here tonight once again on the NASCAR Heat 5 video game. And this is going to be a close one. We only got 2 races left in the round of 8 to seeing who will all make it to the championship 4. After our race at Kansas a couple nights ago on Monday, or Tuesday rather, we ended up having a non-playoff driver go to victory lane in that race, and Alex Bowman getting his first win of the season. Bowman was eliminated in the round of 12, so nobody advances to the championship 4 after that one. We'll see if somebody can here today with a possible win. Kyle Larson fan, Ashton G, Patrick Shadley, Kyle Larson fan, R6, welcome to the stream, and thanks for the happy birthday wishes. Yes, we did not stream last night on the channel, got home a little bit later, and decided to take the rest of the night off. Didn't want to keep you guys up too late last night, so we actually ran a double header today, running the first race earlier this afternoon that we were supposed to do last night with the NASCAR 05 Busch Series race. So after this one, if you feel the NASCAR energy still, you can go back, you can watch that. It was an okay, well, I'm not gonna say okay because then you guys probably aren't gonna watch it. But the race was good. It had its good moments. The margin of victory was a lot larger, and the strategy we had pulled off in that one had allowed us to kind of pull away late. But the first probably 170 laps, we had no clue exactly how it was going to go down. So that was pretty interesting and pretty fun. See how that played out. But thanks for everybody again being here tonight. How do you feel about the new NASCAR game? I'm excited for it, but cautiously optimistic, I think, would be the best way to go about it. Until we see gameplay of it, until I have really the game, get to test it out for myself, I'm not going to be fully confident about it. Hope it's an A+, an A+++. So hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with that in the future. But right now, we got to get to the bottom of this Heat 5 career mode. Joey Logano on the pole again, the 3rd time in the last 4 races he will qualify on the pole. Remember, again, he was eliminated in the round of 16, the round of 16. Oh, I almost second-guessed myself there. He was eliminated in the round of 16, so again, it's all really for naught. A couple drivers at the back to start this race, starting at the rear, Joey Gase and Justin Haley, but that will be it. And we are racing here tonight. Schneider qualified 12th. We'll see what he can do. Green flag is in the air. Logano and Keselowski, the Penske Ford, will lead the field to the green at Texas Motor Speedway.
Careful, go back.
334 laps, 500 miles. Schneider quickly gets down to the inside lane in front of Denny Hamlin as he drops below Ryan Newman. Now he'll get underneath Newman down the back straightaway here at Texas, with Hamlin getting a little bit of a run on the outside. Logano all clear into turns 3 and 4, with Truex and Byron side by side behind him. Keselowski loses about 4 spots at the very start of the race. 3 wide further back, Schneider and Newman split 3 wide to get around Matt DiBenedetto. Kenseth's starting to drop back now, and they're going to split Kenseth 3 wide into 1 and 2. Schneider sliding around quite a bit in the bottom lane. Hamlin trying to put the pressure on as well. And lap 1 was actually led by Martin Truex Jr. at the line, who actually cleared Joey Logano for the race lead off turn 4 the last lap. Truex will also lead lap 2 at the line this time. Now they're 3 wide for about 4th place on back. Hamlin almost got into the rear. Schneider off turn 4. Three wide again between Blaney, Elliott, Bowman. 3 wide further up ahead. Harvick, Keselowski, and Byron as well. Restarts are always crazy in NASCAR, but it seems like with the 550 package, you really see them fan out 3 and 4 wide at a lot of these mile-and-a-halves now. They slid it here early. 105 laps in stage 1, 105 laps in stage 2, and the final stage tonight will be 124 laps.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
They're still blocking Denny Hamlin. He's running to quick it up pace to stay right there in the 10th position as well. Now he's underneath Alex Bowman for 9th. Bowman trying to pinch Schneider down and side draft him perhaps as well. keeping them side by side. Wayne got a good run off the outside off 4. He scrolls him back in on Ryan Newman. Hamlin just kind of waiting in the wings. He can't get around Schneider because he's hitting his marks, but Hamlin definitely looks pretty fast here early. Both cars will clear Alex Bowman through turns 1 and 2. So Bowman got a decent enough run off the outside, even off turn 2 here at Texas, and he's on the outside of Denny Hamlin still. Schneider underneath Ryan Wayne. Yeah, we'll hope. I've always, even when I was a little kid, had more fun with the championship mode, just getting to run as like my favorite driver. And I love doing the championship mode for the custom schedule season and stuff like that, and doing the full season. Career mode's kind of tough when doing realistic broadcasts because you know we're not going to really compete for any wins right out of the gate. So even though we did win the 500, that was a rarity in our first career start. We got lucky being able to compete for a win in our first career start. But for the most part, going forward, you're not really going to have that say. Denny Hamlin really backed up the corner well into 1 and 2. He beat Schneider back to the gas, and he'll pass him for the 9th position. Hamlin comes into this race first driver below the cutoff line. And he'll get around Ryan Blaney in 3 and 4 for 8th place as well. Schneider again to the inside of Blaney. He cannot pass the 12 car right now. And Truex seems to be getting away from second on back. Keselowski's now up to second, followed by Kevin Harvick in third. Logano back to fourth. And Ryan Newman, shot out of a cannon, will pass Kurt Busch for fifth. That rounds out the top 5. Then you got Kurt Busch 6th, William Byron 7th, Denny Hamlin 8th. Schneider moves up to 9th as he just finally got around Ryan Blaney. Blaney, of course, rounding out the top 10. Derek Almirola and Alex Bowman behind him in 11th and 12th. They're side by side for 11th off turn 4. Here again, trying to block the 12 and Blaney. Black Ace, welcome to the stream, by the way. Read your comment, didn't acknowledge you as either. Gets around Joey Logano as well. Newman comes in 8th in the playoff standings of the 8 drivers that still remain.
Looking inside now. All right, here's
Ooh.
looking inside now.
Almost 3 wide. Schneider didn't realize they were 3 wide, and Bowman didn't realize it until the last second. That's why he lifted and lost his momentum. He was able to get around Bowman, though. Almirola was. He still got a run on the outside, though. He side-drafted the 10 quite a bit there.
Inside.
Deeper into the corner goes Almirola. He'll get by Schneider.
Got one down low now. You got room. You're clear there.
He not quite clear Bowman off the exit before. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream. You're gonna be there. Hey, you got a few more races yet. I can still catch you in the fronts. Now, whoever wins, I do plan on meeting you guys at the track. Assuming you have a means of transportation. Only because I don't know you guys personally. So I'm not gonna just get in car with some stranger. But I'll have the tickets when we meet at the track. Watch some racing. About where Schneider was at the very beginning of the Kansas race back on Tuesday night. Right around 9th or 10th here early in stage 1 to see what adjustments they can make. Don't really want to loosen the race car up anymore, though, knowing that it is already pretty loose. I actually thought about tightening it up. I ran a couple different setups in practice. One of them I liked because they had a lot more grip, but it was like 0.2 of a second a lap slower, and knowing that this was about our cap at Kansas at the beginning of the race, I didn't want us to miss out on possible stage points. We look on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. We are currently 3rd in the playoff standings and currently 16 points to the good coming into this race. But if we end up seeing a guy like Denny Hamlin win this one, who looks fast early on, or even Ryan Newman, that cutoff line is going to shift a little bit. Schneider, as of right now, would only be 11 points ahead of the next closest, Keselowski. If we get a winner below the cutoff line, that's not factoring in the stage points today, and obviously the race finish as well. See where everything shapes up. But with me going to Indy this weekend, I'm not going to have time to run a Cup Series race I know of. So if we do stream, it'll be off my PS2 with the first series. So won't be able to run Martinsville until Monday night next week is likely what we're shooting at. Thanks for the happy birthday wish once again, man. Appreciate it, guys. Blaney battling for 11. With Bowman getting his first win of the season last night, I know he's eliminated from the playoffs, but that's still the 14th different winner we have now had this season. Pretty impressive. Jr. just getting into lap traffic now. Schneider's about 7 seconds off the race lead at lap 18. Still caution free in the early going of this race here today. These longer races have really panned out for the 99 crew this year. Of course, the Daytona 500 was a 500-mile race and a victory. We also won the Coke 600, obviously the longest race of the year, 600 miles.
Wave them off, caution's out.
And now we have a caution for the first time today at lap number 18. So caution number 1 at lap 18 here tonight. Free pass is going to go to Timmy Hill, who was actually the only car lap down at the time into the caution. So the only cars that will pit will be drivers that were just barely on the lead lap back there. Schneider's going to top off on fuel. He'll take 4 fresh tires. He's going to give up some track position. This could be a little bit of a risk. "30 years old, right?" No, I am not. I'm not 30 years old. 22. I look like I'm like in my early 30s.
All right, man.
Late 20s, early 30s. I get that.
Ready?
It's kind of like the
Green flag.
average
Green
age.
flag.
Is like,
Everyone peeking outside.
oh, you're only 21, or I guess now 22. Like, only 22. It's the beard. If I shave the beard, I'm telling you guys, I look like I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. I look like a baby.
Careful, still there. Still there.
I haven't shaved the beard in like 3 or 4 years though, so I might not look like that anymore, right? Not since I was 18 years old. The last time I had a clean shaven face.
Clear eye, clear eye.
But when I was 18, I looked like I was like more like 15, 16, so that's why I'm assuming I still look like I'm about 60. 4 wide.
Careful, still there.
Nearly. They didn't quite catch Priest up here, so there's one. Schneider on these fresher tires trying to get around these guys at the rear of the field. Driving in so deep into these corners trying to do it. Oh, Ryan Priest going to cross him back over. Kind of slid a little bit too much.
Still there. All right, clear.
Home track for Josh Berlicki getting into the corner. Benedetto, who qualified in the top 10, he is really faded.
Still there.
For the playoff drivers, Kurt Busch running outside the top 20 right now as well. He was at the top 10 a little bit earlier in the race.
Stay low. You got room. You're clear there.
As well as Benedetto. Schneider passes him for position.
Still there.
Chicken.
Clear eye, bud.
R6, welcome back. to be close. It will be. The race, I mean, it's going to come down to Martinsville. The last couple laps, if we don't win tonight and don't score a lot of stage points, especially in this race at Martinsville, it is maybe going to be a little uncomfortable. Remember, the Xfinity Series of rookie season, we missed the championship 4 by 7 points. And we also had 5 wins in a rookie season. In the Xfinity Series, we have 5 wins in this Cup Series season. So the playoff points are racking up about the same for us. This round started, we were only 9 points to be good. So we had a net gain of 7 points at Kansas. Kyle Busch has a lot of damage to the front of his 18 Skittles Toyota. Probably why he's back in the 18th position right now and running off the pace. Actually didn't pit to repair the damage. Only other cars on the lead lap that pitted would have been the other 3 drivers at the tail end of the lead lap. That would include Timmy Hill, who got the free pass. There are 4 drivers on the leading lap right now who pitted during that last caution. That's it. Shattering these fresher tires, he's gotten up to 16th as he passes Clint Boyer in the turn 1. Prefer the Indy Oval or the Indy Roval? So, I would prefer if NASCAR would have ran the Oval. And this is the same reason I kind of stated in the offseason when their schedule had come out for next year. I was in it. Well, first I was in for them to run 2 races. I feel like a doubleheader would be awesome if you could pull it off. Even if you can't get the Xfinity Series to race there for both, you know, or the Truck Series race there for either or. You know, say at the Xfinity, even if it was a Cup Series only. I feel like it'd be awesome if they ran the Indy Road Course on Saturday and had the Brickyard 400 Cup race on Sunday. We saw them run 3 doubleheaders last year. We saw them do 1 this year at Pocono. I feel like it would be feasible to do that. They would have 2 cars there. You know, just bring 2 cars to the track, which you would for any other week. But instead of having a backup car for one or the other, you just have a regular car for the Indy Road Course and then a regular car for the Indy Road.
Careful.
Would be my way to, appease both. So you still have, the Oval, which would probably be the more prestigious race. Even though, in my opinion, it's still the Brickyard 400. You know, even on the road course, it's still going to call it the Brickyard 400. At least you can appease both, and you can maybe have 2 solid races per week. We saw how it worked in Pocono. You never know; it could work. It'd be 2 different tracks, so it wouldn't be like sitting in the same race back to back days either. It'd be 2 completely different configurations. That was kind of like my idea. I would prefer the Oval, especially now that we know what the schedule looks like, simply because we already have 7 road courses on the schedule. Now, in my opinion, 5 to 7 is a good number. I wouldn't see any more than 7, which is what we had this season for the Cup Series. 5 to 7 would be it. Knowing we have 7, we could have taken 1 away to have the Indy Oval, or raced at a different road course, like a Canadian Tire.
Careful.
If they want to add a street course race next year, they can. But if they're going to keep all the same road courses we also have on the schedule this year, that would then give us 8 next year instead of 7. So it's like, okay, and now how many is too much? And I think more than 7 would be too much for NASCAR. Like, I like road courses, and I think that we should have more than 2 or 3 like we've had pretty much every year up until this year. And that's why I feel like 5 to 7 is a good number, because it's not even like a quarter of the schedule would be 9. And I guess it'd be like 8 if you count the Busch Clash, because Clash is on the road course also. 7 points races. Flying his way back into this. Underneath William Byron for position. Should be able to clear him out turn 2 for 11th. He does. Schneider's got about 18 lap pressure tires.
Still there?
Now he's inside the top 10. He gets around Logano in turns 3 and 4. Really rolling the center of the corners a lot better than everybody else. Denny Hamlin currently leads this race. And he comes in below the cutoff line.
Clear all around.
Could be some major points for him. Schneider passes Blaney from 9th in turns 3 and 4. Yeah, I get you, R6. Bristol Concrete, in my opinion, is, I mean, it's my favorite track on the schedule, so obviously I'm going to be biased in saying I think it puts on better racing than any other track. But I love Concrete Bristol. I was definitely against them throwing dirt on it for that so fact. I wasn't against NASCAR having a dirt race in the Cup Series. I was just against them throwing dirt on Bristol. Go to Knoxville. Obviously, Knoxville didn't work out too well for the truck, but we know Eldora could be a good show. And heck, that would be even more beneficial for me if they went to Eldora, because it's only like 2 hours south of where I live. I'd be down. I'd go to a Cup race at Eldora every year. Practically in my backyard compared to a lot of these other tracks. All but Michigan, really. Michigan's the only track I have within 4 hours. Within 3.5. For less than 4 hours. EB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. He's got himself up to 9th place again. He's slowly, lap after lap, closing in on Chase Elliott. Never made any adjustments to this 99 car, and I honestly feel like track positions, I mean, obviously it's so big at Texas, the hardest mile and a half racetrack on the circuit to pass since the repavement and reconfiguration back in 2017. It took Denny Hamlin even about a dozen laps. Who leads this race and might have the fastest car in the field to get around Schneider for 9th place. He didn't get to the lead until after that restart because his teammate Truex led the first 18 laps up to the caution. Here again, slowly closing in on Chase Elliott. Drives the car deep down to the bottom. He'll take it full throttle from 3 and 4. Is he going to clear Elliott off the exit of 4? No. I've gotten a little loose, allowing Elliott to stay on the outside.
Stay out the bottom.
Elliott tries to side draft and pinch Schneider down into turn 1. Schneider almost overdrove the corner. He does slide up in front of Elliott, though, and Elliott can't get the crossover. Schneider put that car pinned down to the bottom despite how loose he got on corner entry. We got 3 wide up there for position between Logano, Keselowski, and Harvick. All battling for 5th. Almirola right behind him for position as well. And dealing with lap traffic, 62 laps to go still in stage 1. Oh, 4 wide. At Texas, look at Harvick up the middle. Keselowski was on the bottom. Almirola was sandwiched in there as well. Blaney, sorry, not Blaney. I can't tell. That might be a lap car up there. Now we have a caution again, our second of the race. So second caution of the night. Schneider got back up to the 8th position. Basically, right where he was when the caution came out originally. He was in 8th place then. A gain of 0. From the Winston Million bag, call it the Monster Million. There you go. That would draw fans in for those, more fans for those crown jewel races. Like, oh, he's got a chance to win $1 million. Do it. I mean, they already have like a Dash for Cash in the Xfinity Series and the Triple Truck Challenge in the Cup Series. Have something like that in the Cup Series.
Starter has the green flag.
Oh, why not?
Ready.
Green flag back in the air in Texas. Hamlin leads the field to the green, winning the race off pit road. Led the field going into the pit stops there. Schneider going to duck to the bottom in turns 1 and 2 behind Keselowski in front of Chase Elliott. Almirola may have gone up a little too high there.
Careful, still there.
He's going to drive it deep into turn 3. So is Ryan Newman. Newman wants to go for the race lead. Schneider underneath Eric Jones and Brad Keselowski. Cleared Keselowski. Hasn't quite cleared Jones yet.
Stay low.
Jones still on his outside. Ryan Newman just led his first lap of the race, and now Newman's going to go a little wide. Jones up the middle. Hamlin way up high. 3x3 at Texas. Truex clears Harvick. Schneider and Jones still side by side. Schneider side drafts Jones, sends it into turns 3 and 4. Jones going to kind of come down the track just a little bit as well. Try to pinch down Schneider, maybe side draft. But Hamlin clear up high. Newman and Truex still side by side for the lead. Now Truex is clear as we're getting into turn 1. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time. Jones finally clears Schneider and he's back inside Denny Hamlin. Schneider to a race high 6th position.
Keep it up. That was your best lap ever.
29.518 that last lap. Fastest lap of the race for Schneider. And in fact, the fastest lap ever that I have ran at Texas Motor Speedway. A little loose into 3. Going to give Keselowski a massive run up high. So Schneider's going to pull up in front of him.
You're clear.
Checked up Chase Elliott as well. Huge lost momentum there. Eric Jones trying to fight towards the front. Holding off his teammate Denny Hamlin. Now he's looking to get around Newman for second. Just tuning in for the first time, we've had 2 early cautions here in stage 1.
That's the halfway mark.
Halfway through the first stage, that time by to the start-finish line. Keselowski, Elliott, Blaney all out of the rear view of Schneider. Trying to hold on for 6th place. Trying to reel in Harvick, who's lost sight of the top 4. Not lost sight of him, but no longer in that battle. Elliott thought about taking it 3 wide underneath the Penske Fords of Blaney and Keselowski that time. Brad way up high. Almirola, Logano almost fought for the same spot in the middle. Blaney's clear of his teammate Keselowski. But here comes Chase Elliott now trying to get underneath his best friend. I don't really agree with the chase format so much. I say full season format or just keep the playoff the way it is now. And personally, I say keep the playoff the way it is now to have some consistency with the point standings because we've seen changes every 3 to 4 years. And I honestly feel like of all the playoff formats since the chase was first introduced in 2004, this is the best one they've got. It not only brings the entertainment factor into it, but it really does reward what happens throughout the course of the season better than any other chase format before it. The only real downside to it is the winning you're in for the regular season. Instead of just taking the top 16 most consistent guys in points, and then the fact that instead of another round for the championship 4. Instead of having a 3-race round for the championship 4, which I think they should do, they have the championship race. It's just whoever finishes better. So even though they run stage points, stage points don't even matter for the 4 guys to race for the championship. So if I had to manipulate the current playoff format, honestly, I'd say 12 guys instead of 16. I say make it 9 races and just have 3 rounds of 3. Have your eliminations the way you do now and your resets the way you do now, but instead of making it a championship race, make it a 3-race round to finish things off. So that way you still have like an actual points battle.
All right, clear up.
And obviously you can't win in the championship round, win the championship automatically. It would be just the points itself carrying over the round to round. Contact with Eric Almirola. He fights his way on to the 6th position. Almirola way up high though, and Schneider might get back underneath him through turns 1 and 2. Briefly, but he couldn't quite get to the corner panel to side draft him. Schneider full throttle send mode in turns 3 and 4. Martin Truex Jr. has got back to the race lead on teammate Denny Hamlin. Almirola up high, not as high as he was the last lap, but he's still up there on the outside. Schneider with a little bit of a low exit to turn 2. He wanted to make sure Keselowski was going to stay in his rear view as well. For like mic audio or for like the gameplay audio? The mic audio, I literally just have my headphones. I have one earplug out, one earplug in, because if I have them both in, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me if I can't hear like the actual sound of the audio. It covers, you know, my audio, because if I can't like actually hear the race itself and it's kind of silent, I don't want to listen to music because it's going to mess with my commentating. If I can't hear like the actual like, race audio itself too, that's going to mess with me. It's just dead silent. It's going to happen for 3 hours. Yeah, it's literally just my headphones. Normal headphones. I don't want a headset either, again, because I want to hear the audio of the actual race itself. The TV audio really doesn't interfere with the light. I mean, it would if it was up any louder, but the volume it's at is not too quiet, but it's not too loud. Don't like music. Oh, I love music. I listen to music a lot.
Got a car coming inside now. You're clear all around there.
I was going to the gym, couldn't not listen to music, but even outside of that, like going to work, jamming out, to and from work. I got about like a 35-minute drive, so it's nice just to I could get depending on what band I listen to. If it's Metallica, I can really only get through like 4 or 5 songs at work, but not. If they were shorter, I could probably get through a few actually. That's not good. Caution's out. The latter portion of stage number 1. 40 laps left in this opening stage. Free pass to Chad Fincham. Every other car in the lead lap is going to stay out of the pits here. And Schneider's going to stay out of the pits as well. Schneider thought about pitting. He's going to stay out. He's going to have the inside lane this time. Why not? Jose Sanchez, welcome to the stream. Good racing. Yeah, pretty good race so far. 3 cautions already, though, in stage 1. Or one of this race will be by the end of it. Who knows? I love going to concerts too, by the way.
Careful.
It's one thing I haven't been able to do yet since COVID. They're trying to get 3 wide underneath Harvick and Almirola, and he squeezes under there, and he's got the spots. Hamlin trying to jump down to the bottom. Instead, he goes back to the top in 3 and 4. Schneider underneath Eric Jones for 3rd. These guys on older tires up here. Truex maybe looking for the lead now on... Sorry, Ryan Newman looking for the lead rather on Martin Truex Jr. Schneider slides up the racetrack. He couldn't hold the bottom. He overdrove 1 and 2. Harvick beats him to it. Puts him 3 wide with Jones up high. Schneider back to 5th. Side by side for the lead. Newman underneath Truex again. Harvick and Jones side by side for 3rd. Schneider to the back bumper of the 4. Back position key here at Kansas. Jones and Harvick side drafted each other so much, and it allowed Schneider to go 3 wide to the inside. Harvick gonna side draft him. Here comes Hamlin 4 wide off of turn 2. 4 wide. Denny Hamlin forced the issue, kind of knocked the 99 out of the way and lost his momentum, and Hamlin gets around all of them for 3rd. And yes, they made it through the corner without crashing. 4 wide and 1 and 2 at Texas of all racetracks. I usually don't use custom setups, so it's like right in the middle, it's balanced, because I could drive a loose car. It's really risky on the long run zone. The tires start to wear out because the car gets even looser. So you might have to, like, maybe bump a half around the wedge up, but this is the fastest way. It's just, it's going to kind of suffer in the long run with the handling, but the speed's going to stay right there.
Inside, clear all around there.
Slowski and Almirola to the outside on Joey Logano right now. Schneider overdrives 1 and 2 a ton. Look at how sideways he got. Logano gets underneath him. Schneider tries to catch the car, and all that momentum lost. And just like that, he goes from running in 5th, battling Harvick for 4th, back to 9th. Still trying to get that momentum back. It takes a good lap and a half to 2 laps to do it, and now William Byron's underneath him for position.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there. Hold your line. Got 1 inside.
Byron clears Schneider, and Schneider's back to 10th. Oh, Keselowski clipped the grass. Ran out of room on the front stretch. Trying to get to Logano and Almirola. All over William Byron right now. We'll get back to Byron's inside. Look to cross him over now that he's got the momentum back. Into turns 3 and 4, he'll make the pass. It's not that the tires eat away on the long run so much, because there really isn't a whole lot of tire wear. You're kind of seeing that tonight. Tires are holding up pretty good since the reconfiguration, but it's just, if you're trying to push the car that loose at the beginning, it's only going to get looser and looser as it goes on. It's where the race car itself out. Slowski did get around Harvick, Logano, and those guys, and now we have another caution, our 4th of the stage. 29 laps to go. Schneider's going to pit for fresh tires this time. 4 tires, full tank of fuel, or at least topping off on fuel. Cole Custer in 16th is going to pit as well. And free pass will go to Ross Chastain in 31st. Matt Kenseth and Daniel Suarez, the only 2 drivers out of the race so far. Neither of them playoff drivers.
Coming to the green.
Not gonna spoil the fantasy team until the podcast Sunday morning before you race.
Green flag. Car high, careful.
Be live from the hotel again. Oh, inside all the way around in Texas. You really can't run the outside here. A little bit better in 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 you can't do it at all. David Reagan's got some damage on the restart. Schneider pours it around him. Staying in the gas, and now he has to lift, and he still got into Ryan Preece, even trying to lift before he got to the 37. Contact with Josh Balicki now in the center of the front stretch. Hopefully that doesn't snug the 99 car up too much. He's got pressured tires. He's trying to get through these cars. Maybe he'll have a shot to win the stage. Still got 25 laps to go in stage 1. Ryan Newman back to the lead again on the restart. It's the track position, though. Once you get to the top 10, it has been so hard to pass today for anybody. Schneider goes 3 wide under McDowell and Kyle Busch. A couple of quick passes there. Doesn't want the outside through 1 and 2. He's going to try to back the corner up quite a bit to maybe get 3 wide off the exit underneath LaJoy and McLeod, and that's what's going to happen. Clears them both into turn 3. And Hamlin back to second. Boyer almost took a slight flip in the grass that time, too. He's not really affecting Schneider at all. He's still getting through this traffic pretty good. He gets around Alex Bowman outside of Clint Boyer now. Shoots the gap, gets back down to the bottom in front of the 14 to get around Bell to the inside as well. Schneider up to 13th. Pressure tires are working out for him. Field's still pretty well congested towards the front. That's going to help keep everything packed together and allow him to maybe get some more passes in before things start to string out. And then it just becomes harder to pass him along run again. Underneath Johnson off the exit of turn 2.
Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Don't let me die. That got dark. Schneider underneath Blaney. He'll pass him in turns 1 and 2 for 11. Now tight. Logano and Elliott are running on each other in 1 and 2 for 8th place. They were very close to making some contact. Elliott to the middle groove now. Logano's going to clear him. Schneider down low. Slides up the track trying to side draft Elliott. Schneider got a little loose. Stayed in the gas though. Broke the momentum a little bit. He'll side draft down the Lola. Should get around him in turns 1 and 2 and does. Drives it underneath Chase Elliott for 9th place again. Battle for much needed stage points for these 8 playoff drivers who want a shot at the championship still. And currently Newman, who came in 26 points below the cutoff line. And the last driver of the 8 in the playoffs is the one leading this race. Boy, a stage 1 win would be huge for Ryan Newman here. Schneider underneath Joey Logano now for 8th. That should catch a lot of traffic before the end of the stage as well, you have to assume. If it stays green. Again, we've had 4 cautions in stage 1 already. We haven't actually seen any of them, but there has been 4 yellows. Logano's still on the outside of Schneider. Schneider cannot clear the 22. Even on about 30 lap pressure tires, it's just so hard to pass. Logano trying to side draft the 99 into turn 1. Schneider finally clears him. I've been a tad deeper. Now I'm rolling to the outside of the 22 car. There's just less than 4 seconds off the lead for Newman. Do I own any pink clothes? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Really trying to arc and back up turns 1 and 2 as much as you can. Pretty much going full throttle from 3 and 4 every time, so it's not really like you can do much different there. But 1 and 2, the corner where you definitely have to lift just a tiny bit is where you're trying to find different ways to maybe gain some ground. Driver at the clean air being Ryan Newman, he's not. And unless Schneider's got the clean air, he's not going to be running the same lap times as Newman, but he is closing in on William Byron. Byron moves up to the outside in 3 and 4 now. Schneider couldn't quite get underneath him there, but he again closes the gap. 14 laps to go in stage 1. Byron back to the bottom in 1 and 2. We'll see if he'll try to drive back up to the outside again into 3 and 4. He does not. Schneider's all over Byron. He had to lift to keep it off of him though, and cost him a little bit of ground. Now he's trying to trap down the straightaways. It's a nice, huge pull into turn 1. 24 hugging the inside. Schneider tried that second lane. Look at how much ground he lost. He just couldn't hold it. No PJ1 even here. Texas like you'd see in real life either, so there is little to no grip up there. Go back and full throttle from 3 and 4. Which is risky, especially when you're tucked in line behind another car in that dirty air. Has the run down the straightaway though. Side drafts Byron into 1 and 2, and he'll pass him for 7th place. But he slides a little too high up the track. Byron's going to get the crossover down to the bottom. Now they're battling with each other, and Schneider's starting to lose some ground again. Schneider can find a way to cross him back over by the time they make it down into turn 1 again. Yep, he'll get back underneath and back and forth to the 99 and the 24. Byron charges hard up high, not going to stay in the corner panel though. Schneider's clear off 2, and now we have a caution. Caution is out for the 5th time in stage 1. Jacob Comstock, Earl Arnold Jr., welcome to the stream as well. So here we go. Schneider is going to stay out of the pits. He pitted during that last caution about 20 laps ago. We're going to have about 7 laps to go on the restart. Well, about 7 to go on the restart. He's going to restart from the lead and hoping that track position will pan out for him. He is going to have... Oh, he's got a couple bumper cars, too. That's going to help. Cole Custer, Chad Fincham, Ross Chastain all stay out as well. All 9 playoff drivers. They might get in the way. Green flag back in the air at Texas. Schneider nails the restart. Chad Fincham's got heavy damage, and he spins the tires on the inside. Schneider pulls clear of Custer into 1. Slides up the track a little bit. That is not what he wanted. Ryan Newman on the inside of Fincham already for 3rd. Chastain down to the bottom as well, and that's going to hold everybody up in turns 3 and 4. But how long are they going to get held up before they're able to get around Chastain? Not long at all. 3 wide. Harvick to the outside, Newman to the inside. Schneider just led his first green flag lap of the race. And on these older tires, he's going to have to hang on for dear life. The only thing working for him is the clean air. Side by side for 2nd between Harvick and Newman. They're going to catch him in turns 3 and 4. Newman's got the advantage to clear Harvick off the exit of turn 4. Harvick battling back on the outside though. Oh, Newman took a chunk of grass with him. Now into turns 1 and 2. Harvick trying to get to the outside of Schneider. He's going to get there. 20 lap pressure tire is going to prevail, and Kevin Harvick is going to get to the lead at Texas, looking for the stage 1 win. Hamlin right behind him now that Schneider's lost the clean air. Jones to the outside, took the air off the 99. 3 wide behind, Almirola up high. Bangs through, Schneider back to 5th. Hamlin now to the lead underneath Harvick. Schneider starting to go backwards. Hamlin clears Harvick. Jones inside of Harvick for 2nd now as well. Hamlin down low to block his teammate Jones. Schneider underneath. Truex underneath Schneider rather. Schneider out of line. He's going to lose some spots. He's back to 9th off turn 4. 3 to go in stage 1. Tried the strategy, he held on for about almost 2 laps, and that was about it. Trying to get all the stage points he can right here. Gonna have to block Bowman, 2 to go at the line. Tries the outside again. Schneider overruns the bottom in 1 and 2. Here comes Bowman. Schneider slides up in front of him. Bowman trying to cut underneath now. Here comes Blaney in the mix. Blaney, a playoff driver, looking for points as well. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Denny Hamlin leads. Newman in 2nd behind him. Here comes Byron to the inside of his teammate Bowman for position as well. Schneider down to block him into turn 1. Byron trying to get to the outside. Schneider slides up just in front of him. Here comes Blaney down low. And Blaney's going to squeeze by. Up to 9th. Schneider trying to hang on for all the points he can. Byron's going to cross him over. Schneider's not going to get any stage points in stage 1. Hamlin wins the opening stage. 99 misses out, finishing 11. That was not a good gamble on the pit strategy at the end of stage 1 with that late caution. Went from 7th back to 11th, unfortunately. Restarted from the lead, but he had older tires. About 20 laps, he just couldn't hang on for more than 2. Big stage win for Denny Hamlin. Now I just got to calculate the points here. Definitely going to pit. Schneider's going to hit pit road, 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. No adjustments to this 99 car. We'll pause it. We'll get the new points tallied up for stage 1. So 10 points for Denny Hamlin right there. That was massive for him. That was Denny Hamlin's 6th stage win of the season. Also of the playoff drivers that got stage points, Ryan Newman gets 8 of them, finishing in 3rd. Kevin Harvick gets 6 of them in 5th. And then Ryan Blaney will get 2. Back in 9th. And we had 4 drivers miss out on stage points at stage 1. That would have been Brad Keselowski, Keegan Schneider, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch. All missed out right there. Now, Keselowski was in the top 10 for most of that stage, and in the top 5 for most of it, but he fell back to 14th on the restart. Free pass to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 33rd.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Ready.
5 cautions per incident in stage 1. We'll see what stage 2 and stage 3 will bring, starting with stage 2. Green flag back in the air here in Texas.
Careful. Still there. Inside.
The points on the upper right-hand corner of the screen will be fully updated at the end of stage 2.
High up here.
They're trying to side draft Custer on the restart. Just clears him off into turn 3. Push back to 26 when Schneider clears him off turn 4.
You're all clear up top there.
No top 10 with that. He's clear now. Bush and Schneider came in with second and third place drivers in the points.
Clear eye, bud. You got room, you're clear there. Careful.
Around Kyle Busch right there through 1 and 2. Also clears Chris Buescher all the way up high. Schneider's only got 7 lap pressure tires, and everybody here in Texas is not really going to make much of a difference. First 7 laps, and that'll be about it. So that's why he's trying to get all this track position now before it evens out. It's hard to pass as it is here in Texas. Definitely going forward early, and he kind of overdrove the car in 1 and 2 to get underneath Bell. He got back to the lead on the restart. Seems like Ryan Newman has been master on these restarts. He strides like he's throwing more often than not. Christopher Bell off turn 4, and now we have another caution back in the pack. Our 6th caution for incident today on Texas. My goodness. And we're barely over 100 laps in. Ryan Newman leads. Hamlin second, followed by Jones, Almirola, Truex, Harvick, Logano, Byron, Keselowski, and Elliott. We only got 3 laps in there. Schneider's going to stay out. He thought about pitting, but it's only going to be 3 lap pressure tires, so that's not going to do much. Might as well
We're going green.
stay out. We will have to restart in the outside lane at 16, so we'll see how that'll go for them. Green flag back in the air, and Newman leads the field in the green once again.
Careful. Still there. Hold your line, guys.
Schneider just got to the inside in front of Christopher Bell. Bob kind of blocking Schneider off in 1 and 2. Schneider trying to get underneath him, and he can't do it.
Careful.
Now he gets under him into 3 and 4.
You got room. You're clear.
Clears him. Now he's underneath Coleman. Newman holds on to the lead again on another restart.
Careful. Still there. Car outside.
Looks like Eric Jones is up to second. Almirola on the inside of Hamlin now for third.
Got one up top.
Schneider couldn't quite clear Johnson that time. Should get him in turns 3 and 4 and does. Now he's underneath Blaney.
Car outside.
Side draft to 12.
Clear.
Tried to side draft the 99 back, couldn't really do it. Right back to where he finished stage 1 and 11. 7 lap pressure tires isn't really making the difference here. Schneider does have a top 10 car. Only speed is as high as 6th here today. Elliott and Byron side drafting each other a lot, allow Schneider to go 3 wide underneath both the Hendrick Chevys.
Got one outside now.
There's Elliott. Byron with a good run in the middle. Side drafting the 99 and hanging on.
Stay on the bottom here.
And Schneider down just enough there, but Schneider clears William Byron in 3 and 4. Closes in on Joey Logano for 8th.
Stay on the bottom here.
Race will probably be over between 8:30 and 9 o'clock if I had to imagine. This is a 500-mile race today.
Car on the outside now. All right, you're clear there.
Allegado cleared by Schneider off turn 2. Oh, 8 Central. Yeah, 8 Central, it will be done. My bad, I didn't realize he said Central. I'm Eastern time, so yeah, it'll be done by 8. 8 Central. So it'll be about 9 o'clock. My time. I don't see the race going longer than that. Then again, we have had 6 cautions already. That might prolong the race a little bit, so if we get a bunch of cautions, we might be longer than 3 hours. Time to tell. You know, everybody will have to pit at some point. And the stage, 3 laps after the stage just wasn't worth it. Custer's up to 12th place on his freshman tires as well. Mike Blaney back to 13th. Koslowski's back inside the top 10. He just had a bad restart those last 7 laps. Finished 14th at the end of stage 1. The next stream will be tomorrow night. It'll be the Busch Series on NASCAR Chase Woody Cup 2005. Big Dodge Raceway, if I'm not mistaken. It might be another race. I think it's Dodge Raceway. I'll be leaving Saturday morning to go to Indianapolis, IndyCar and Xfinity race. I'll be back Sunday night, but probably not until about 7:30 to 8:30 if I had to guess, Eastern Standard Time. Packing everything and all that stuff. I probably will stream that night, but it'll likely also be a Busch Series race on NASCAR 05 because we're not going to be able to get into the cup racing. They're trying to hold off Chase Elliott for 8th place still. Good battle for the lead up there towards the front. They're side by side in turns 3 and 4 again. One thing I did notice in practice as well, we were running behind Chase Elliott on the current setup we have right now. We were almost identical in speed, and I think that's what you're seeing now, that the 9 and the 99 are running right with one another. That seems like some laps Schneider kind of pulls Elliott a little bit, and then there's other laps where Elliott kind of starts to close back in a little bit, but he's just not close enough to even make a move underneath Schneider unless Schneider makes a mistake here. I'll tell you what, in practice I was absolutely digging, like trying to find whatever sort of speed I could. I wanted to make sure I was going to have that setup. I wasn't casually kind of saving my equipment like I am right now. Later in the race, it's still a little loose off turn 4. Not that bad for the most part. And Hamlin just passed Ryan Newman last lap to get back to the lead. And then won stage 1. You see on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, coming into the race tonight, he was 5 points below the cutoff line. Well, he outpointed Keselowski by 10 in stage 1 alone. Keselowski didn't get any stage points. That alone would mean Schneider is only 6 points above the cutoff line. Or sorry, 11 points on the cutoff line over Keselowski, who would be the first driver below. So as we run right now, Schneider's 11 points ahead of Keselowski. Keselowski is 2 spots ahead of Schneider. So all the math added up together. As we run midway through stage 2 right now, Schneider would be 9 points above the cutoff line on Brad Keselowski. Except for the fact that Ryan Newman leads this race. Newman's below the cutoff line. So then in comparison to Hamlin, who's in second, Schneider would actually be about 3 points below the cutoff line to Denny Hamlin, with Newman in the lead. Once Hamlin takes the lead, then it's back the other way again. Tony, welcome to the stream. No, I haven't, Ethan. With the race, with these final few races being on race now, because the career mode keeps bugging out on me, the picture is kind of standard. And actually, my picture is a little bit slower than what I would have had with where I was at, where we would have consistently had 14 to 15 second pit stops. And we've been in the 15 to 16 second area, so it's actually a little bit worse for us. But the next NASCAR game not coming out till October 28th. That means if we do not win the championship on this rookie season, we will run one more season of the Heat 5 career mode. We will have enough time to get another season in and still get done with the championship mode, which we have about 18 races left still. 150% race left, so really 17 full races. But again, that's if I don't win the championship this rookie season. I'm going to have to bust out the content if we're going to want to get it done. But I can do it. That gives me an extra month compared to what I was originally expecting. It's 30 days, so 36 race season. We still got the rest of August left. Also, we should be able to get it done. It'll be tight. If we run like a few double headers in there with like a Busch and a Busch Series race on NASCAR 05 and a Cup race with NASCAR Heat 5 like we did today, we should be able to get it done. Are in lap traffic right now. Schneider's about 7.5 seconds off the race lead. Bobby Carter. way up there. Thought he was going to go to the bottom in front of Tim Hill. Had to change his lane, split him 3 wide up the middle. Yeah, we can gain another second or two. Yeah, if we do end up with a second season, I do plan on upgrading the pick crew in the off season for sure.
Careful, still there.
On the outside to bring the run complete. Slowly pulling away from Elliott in the lap traffic now. Even though Schneider hasn't really caught him in the best spots himself. Have to go through the outside again. It's in 3-4. Lost Chastain in 77.
Hold your line, stay high. All right, you're clear there. Still there. Got one up top. Hold your line.
Second
Got one
speed.
inside.
Ooh, chassis.
Hold that
I'm not going to
one
get
inside.
another chassis until I upgrade everything to 100. That's for sure.
You got room. You're clear
Once
there.
everything's at 100, which will probably be halfway to 3/4 of the way through the season, then I'll upgrade to another chassis. At least like for the off-season stuff, if I go into another season, I definitely want to upgrade the departments as close to 100 as I possibly can. Knowing that Schneider's got about 7 more laps of fuel than everybody else with pitting at the stage break, everybody else stayed out during the stage break. Nobody on the lead lap pitted during the early caution in stage number 2 as well, would mean they could go about another 18 to 19 laps on fuel before the pits.
Careful. Still there.
Saturday got a little loose off 4, and a little crowded by Chad Fincham on the outside of him that he took a clip of the grass. Luckily the car's all right. Smithfield CEO, welcome to the school. Love that name.
Stay at the bottom. All clear.
About 10 seconds off the lead. He had to restart 16th. That last restart, by that time, he would have only really had 3 lap advantage on his tires. That's why he got to 8th, and once he got to 8th, he's stalled out. Not catching the lap cars in great spots either to close in on anybody. He's got a lot of racing left. Even if it's just a 10th place finish, he needs to get some sort of stage points here. Not scoring any in stage 1 definitely hurt.
Careful. Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Loose on turn 4! Oh my goodness! He caught the race car. Barely. Almost overcorrected it there for a second. He stayed in the gas too. He never lifted any extra.
Still there?
That was a handful.
All right, you're clear.
It's around Josh Balicki, Ryan Priest. Squeezes underneath Matt DiBenedetto for the 3 and 4. Left on that right front tire. 59 laps to go now in stage 2. Definitely make it on fuel to the end of the stage from now. 58 to 62 laps is the estimated pit window. Definitely going to be seeing some green flag pit stops here shortly if we don't get another caution.
Hold your line, got one outside. All right, you're clear.
Realistically, in about the next 10 laps. Fly in my reading is bothering me. It keeps flying in front of like my vision. Looking at my TV.
Your tires are getting pretty bad.
I didn't notice it until just a couple laps ago. Well, Schneider's got 7 more laps of fuel. I don't think he can go that much further. The rest of these guys, knowing the tires this late to run, are finally starting to wear.
All right, you're clear.
The car being maybe just a hair too loose.
We're going to need those tires to last.
He's driving through it pretty well for the most part. Every now and then it gets a little sketchy randomly off the exit of turn 4, but that's really about it. Man, like right there.
Go easy on the tires.
Tell you what though, Ryan Newman has lapped quite a few cars. This long green flag run in stage 2. 8% left on the right front now for Schneider. He'll stay out as long as he can. He doesn't want a short pit. Oh, Austin Dillon. Got it right into the 99. Dillon gets a little sideways into turn 1.
Go easy on the tires.
He was underneath him. Almost had the bumper out in front of him getting into the corner. I think Dillon just kind of mistimed it. Turned just a hair early. Heat 4 or Heat 5 have a better one. They're the same. The career modes are identical in Heat 4 and Heat 5. They didn't change anything.
Go easy on the tires.
It's basically a copy and paste video game. The only thing that makes Heat 4 better than Heat 5 is that Heat 4 has no like bugs or crashes with the game. It's just smooth. You can play it with no issues. In Heat 5, it's so buggy. Like we've had the game crash on us like 3 times, and I've lost my memory on the career mode all 3 times in the last like 2.5 weeks. It's just ridiculous. And they had a bunch of patches, but they didn't fix everything with the patches either. The game was so broken that they just couldn't fix everything, really. 50 laps to go, stage 2.
Easy on the tires, driver.
Good chance Schneider's going to pit this time by. Going to have to. Schneider will pit this time by. Speed limit's 45 miles an hour here at Texas. And Schneider's not the only one coming into the pits. There's a lot of drivers coming in. Schneider slides into the wall. He couldn't get the car to keep from spinning out. Oh my goodness. He was taking his time, but when he came off the transition to the banking, the car just whipped around on him and into the inside wall. A lot of drivers are in the pits. Denny Hamlin is going to win the race off pit road. And it looks like Schneider's going to have to take a drive-through penalty repairing this damage when they go back to green.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Are you ready now?
There it is. Green flag back in the air. Our 7th caution of the race. And this is likely going to cost them a chance of getting stage points in stage 2 now.
Still there?
Denny Hamlin, sure enough, back in the lead. Keselowski's right there in 5th place as well. On the restart, he passes a couple cars immediately.
Stay on the bottom here.
Problem is, with having to take this pass-through penalty, I don't know if Schneider can go much easier on the pit road than what he did last time. Because now he's got a ton of cars around him. He didn't really have a whole lot of cars around him the first time he came into the pits.
Careful, still there.
3 wide right in front of him.
Still there? Careful, still there.
Ooh, contact with Byron.
You got room, you're clear.
Dives underneath Chase Elliott. Just cleared Elliott off of turn 2 for 10th, but Schneider will have to pit, so it's really all for naught. 3 wide into turn 3. That's just when does he pit. He's going to have to pit this time by. Got the black flag warning. They give you 3 laps. It's the start of his course, so he's going to have to pit this time by.
Car there on the outside.
Getting back to the 9th position on the restart. Despite restarting 15th, he had a really good restart. He's going to have to pit off turn 4, and he's going to try to take it even slower this time. And that held up Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman. And now speeding onto pit road, I do believe. That was really close. He was trying to back it down, but they were 3 wide behind him, and he had to get out of the way before getting ran over by Elliott and Bowman. So it's going to be a pass-through penalty. Very close to speeding. He got very lucky. Now can he keep the car in the lead? No, he's definitely not going to keep the car in the lead lap. So Schneider's going to be a lap down. Fighting the 5-second damage penalty there, and that is just, that's tough. Now when he gets up to speed, he should be in the free pass position. Should be. He's in 16th. 10th place car, William Byron just got around him. Looks like he's going to cycle in front of Ryan Blaney. Alex Bowman is battling Michael McDowell for 16th for the free pass to the end of stage 2 or caution, whatever comes first. Currently 40 laps to go in the second stage. A massive penalty for the 99 crew has now put them a lap down in stage 2 after missing out on stage points in stage 1. Came in 16 points to the good. Denny Hamlin, who came in below the cutoff line, is running well. Schneider with no stage points today. And it's going to be nearly impossible to get stage points now in stage 2. When we update those point standings going into the final stage, Schneider is going to be right on the cut line, if not below it. I know these are lead lap cars behind him, but he's just trying to hold off everybody possible at this point. Blaney is a playoff driver. He's also outside the top 10, so I guess it's good to keep him behind the 99. Knowing that Byron is the 10th place car. And he also scored stage points in stage 1. A heartbreaker for this 99 crew. Really since Talladega. They had to scratch and claw for that 9th place finish at Kansas, and he had a good day going for him today. Nice and clean. He spun out coming onto pit road. Now we have our another caution, our 8th caution of the race. So 8th yellow of the race, free pass to the 99. He's back on the lead lap very quickly. Now he can pit. He'll top off on fuel. We'll only really have about 10 lap pressure tires at the most, so it's not going to do much here at Texas, but he will also have to restart at the rear of the field and not quite up there with the rest of the top 15. So at least he's back on the lead lap, but still not getting any stage points here in stage 2. That is tough. There you go. My Tigers got the win. How about that? 4 in a row. Just swept the Orioles. Sorry to any Baltimore fans out there. Not sure if we have any in the chat or not tonight, but playing good ball.
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready. Green time out. Let's go.
Flag back in the air. Cannot believe we have had 8 cautions for incident today. Still in stage 2. Our record is 17. We've had 2 races that have done that. Talladega in championship mode, and then the Southern 500 here on the career mode. The 2 races we have seen 17 cautions. Not just on NASCAR Heat 5, but just in general on the channel. It'll be the record. I don't think we're quite on pace to breaking the record. No, we're about halfway. We'll be about 1 caution shy of being on pace for it. You never know, business could pick up here late. Screw the Motor City Kitties. Man!
Stay low, stay low.
And I have been a fan my whole life. I have not seen them win a World Series series. I know I'm only 22, but I don't know what that feels like. I couldn't imagine, like, Cub fans that, you know, were from birth through their death day not seeing them win a championship. It's just like, that's just crazy. They went 108 years without championships.
Stay low.
I joked around saying, like, what if that's the Tigers and I never see them win a championship? But you know what? The way things have gone the last few years, it's like, oh my god. It's just not good. They're picking up the slack this year, though. They actually are showing some potential for the future.
Still there?
Oh, you're an Indians fan.
Clear eye, bud.
High pressure tires not going to do much. There's still 29 laps to go in stage 2. If Schneider can rally just to get stage points in this stage, that is huge. Considering it didn't look like he had any shot.
All right, you're clear there.
Still, still in 16th and has some lap cars in between himself and even Bell in 15th.
Still there?
Been pretty good on the short runs today. 3 wide underneath Clint Boyer and Kyle Busch. They're passing both in 1 and 2. Not for position. Those are the last couple lap cars. They're actually battling for the free pass at the end of the stage where caution never comes first. Battle for 17. All things considered, Schneider got through the lap traffic really, really quickly. Really hate this. Yeah, my best friend is probably a bigger, well, he is a bigger overall baseball fan than I am. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Tigers. I don't really, like, follow the league outside of them so much. Like, if there's any major transactions, you know, I'll know it, but, like, you know, how the Athletics have been playing lately, I don't know how they're playing. Like, he's, like, up to date with, like, all 30 teams. So, like, we could talk, you know, in depth about the Tigers, but outside of that, you know, unless it's a blockbuster trade or something, you know, or the playoffs, like, I don't really know a whole lot about each individual team. But, yeah, he kind of says the same thing. He's always like, whenever the Yankees are losing or whatever, he's like, the Yankees lost again. Well, some of it is his younger brother's a Yankees fan, too, so I think he kind of rubs it in his face. Being a bandwagon Yankees fans. Not being a local fan like me and him are. Supporting our local team. Most local baseball team. Oh, you hate the wings? Oh, the wings are awesome. Rivals to the Avalanche. That they are. Not so much anymore. Just like nobody plays on the team.
Careful.
Either one of those two teams, or even in the league. I don't think that was that big rivalry back through the 90s and the early 2000s. Yeah, that was sweet. I watched a couple many documentaries and stuff about that. I didn't get to live to see it, but it was live to remember it. I would have caught the tail end of it when I was born, but I can't say I remember it. My dad never really like watched hockey a whole lot until like the mid 2000s also, so like I can remember the Wings winning the title in 08, but I can't like recall too much prior to that. Or at least I can say I remember them winning the title. I was old enough to remember them winning the championship. Same thing with the Pistons in 04. Searching for a World Series. Football team's the Packers. It's, coincidentally, is obviously not Detroit. They're actually rivals, but fortunate to see them win a Super Bowl back in 2011 as well. Wasn't old enough. Well, I should say I wasn't even born yet in 97. I wasn't born until a year and a half after the fact. At least got to see Doug White. Why do you say that? Strange place to play Wayne Rich.
20 laps to go.
20 to go in stage 2. I'll tell you what, Cole Custer's hanging out strong. I didn't think he had that good of a car. A lot of it is probably the track position he got. Went off strategy early in the stage. Trying to hold on. He's definitely holding up Bowman and Blaney as well as Custer himself. He's got a shot to get a couple more spots. And Gano and Byron are side by side for position as well. Schneider underneath Blaney down the front stretch. Has a run, trying to get underneath Bowman in the 88. He couldn't do it. Bowman shut the door on him. Schneider really loose in 1 and 2. Blaney holds on. sends it into 3 and 4. Back underneath the 12. Will clear inside Custer for 12th place.
Careful, still there.
Schneider trying to scratch and claw for stage points here at stage 2.
All right.
After being a lap down midway through the stage, getting the free pass. What a comeback this could be. That's a deep underneath. Bowman almost got into him. Hangs on to it.
Still there.
Blaney got around Custer that last lap. Now he puts the charge on the 99. Better deep into 1 and 2. Underneath Bowman again. He side draft him enough to stay alongside of him now down the back straightaway. Pull loose off turn 2. Trying to stay on the corner panel, the 88, and he side drafted him enough. Drives it deep into 3 and 4. Full throttle, pitches it off. He really slid the car, but he clears Bowman for 11. 1 spot away from being in the points at the end of stage 2. He's got 16 more laps to try and catch Logano and Byron. Elliott not too much further ahead of them. Blaney got around Bowman as well. He's up to 12th. Both Blaney and Schneider in the playoffs. Byron Logano ahead of him. They are not. Byron missed the playoffs completely. Logano was eliminated in the round of 16. What was the upset of that round? Truex probably the upset of the round of 12. Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin battling for the lead. Truex is up there as well, also battling for the lead. Lap traffic. Truex and Newman going back and forth, especially this lap. Logano back underneath the 24 of Byron, looking for an opportunity to get back underneath him. Side by side off turn 4. See how much they're gonna. Oh, Byron shuts the door with a block. Schneider's definitely closing in. Oh, Logano with a block on the 99 up high. Schneider cuts underneath him. He is clear off turn 2. And somehow, some way, Schneider has come to life late in stage 2. Now he's underneath Byron for 9th place.
Car high, careful there.
Byron got the run off the high side. He'll stay in front. Schneider dives low into 1 and 2 again. He's going to clear Byron for 9th place. What a run by this 99 car. From a lap down to 9th place in this stage alone, getting the free pass with the penalty. That is just unbelievable. 12 to go. He does have a shot to get to Elliott for 8th still, too. He's been running faster lap times than him. About 4 seconds behind Harvick at 7th. Likely not going to catch him unless Harvick catches heavy lap traffic. Yeah, we definitely don't want Newman winning this race. He wins, we're probably going to be below the cutoff line. With the lack of stage points today. At least we're going to get some here in stage 2. Barring a late stage caution like we had at stage 1, we couldn't hold on, though we were on older tires then. Probably not going to try that same strategy this time. Unless we have less laps. So we did hold on for 2 laps. That was it. We had 7 to hold on for. We held on for 2 in the last 5. We fell outside the top 10. If we can have that track position for like 2 or 3 laps, I think we're going to stay out. Got 10 laps to go at the line. And there's the caution. Well, there is the decision. Free pass to Clint Boyer in 17th. Martin Truex Jr. has crashed, battling for the lead. And it looks like his day is going to come to an end. That's unbelievable. We're going to have about 7 laps to go in the stage. Same point of when the caution came out towards the end of stage 1. This is our 9th caution for incident of the race. Still got a final stage to go. And 7 laps of stage 2. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. Timmy Hill, Martin Truex Jr. involved in the accident. Truex is battling for the lead, so one of the faster cars done for the day.
All right, be smart out there. Going
Schneider
green.
gains a spot on pit road outside. Yeah, he passed Elliott in the pit, so he'll actually restart in 7th. Green flag back in the air. Being on the inside's big here. 7 laps to go. We'll see.
Careful, still there.
Inside, really prevailed on the restart. Ryan Newman out in front. Remember, Hamlin won stage 1. Look at Schneider with this great restart.
Still there.
Now Marola trying to get underneath Newman for the lead. Oh, Schneider doors Keselowski. Completely overdrove 3 and 4. Hamlin got squeezed up high. Schneider's the 3rd, the 3 wide. Elliott falls the 99. He's up the 4th. 6 laps to go in the stage. Newman leads. Almirola 2nd. Hamlin battling back to the outside of Elliott. Almirola and Newman get side by side. There'll be a big battle going on. Schneider up high to try and block Hamlin. He gets sideways. Contact with Elliott off turn 4.
5 laps to go. Still there.
Newman, Almirola side by side for the lead. Hamlin trying to close to sweep the stages. Schneider stuck on the outside. Elliott gets around him. Byron gets around him. Harvick is to his inside. 3 wide into turn 3. Byron's up high. Schneider in the middle. Harvick down low.
Inside.
Schneider's losing ground. He can't get back to the inside. Contact with Keselowski, and he's back to 9th just like that after getting the 3rd on the restart. Now he's back on the inside lane. Almirola and Newman still side by side for the lead. Nobody can clear each other up there. A lot of side-by-side battles ahead of the 99. Harvick with a big block on Chase Elliott down the back straightaway. Almirola no longer in the playoffs. Newman came into this race. Final driver in the round of 8. 3 to go. Jones just passed Harvick through turns 1 and 2. Moves him up to 4th. Keselowski trying to make the move for 5th. Keselowski right on the cutoff line. Harvick blocks him. Schneider, meanwhile, back to the inside of Elliott for 8th. Not quite there. No, he's still there.
Still there.
Just enough to stay alongside. A little side draft going into 1. Oh, he couldn't clear him, though. Elliott side drafts him back.
Careful. Still there.
Schneider side drafts Elliott before getting into turn 3 and 4 again. Elliott coming down the track a little bit. He's trying to side draft the right corner panel again. Schneider can't clear him. Hamlin, meanwhile, to the lead, coming to the final lap of stage 2. Hamlin trying to sweep the stages tonight. Schneider finally clears Elliott for 8th, getting into turn 1. Right back to where he was when the caution waved. Actually, it was the 9th when the caution came out. Restarted 7th, but at least he gets stage points in stage 2. He didn't get any in stage 1. Denny Hamlin wins stage 2, a 7th stage win of the season, his 2nd of the night. Gonna make that playoff battle a lot tighter, that's for sure. Newman a close 2nd, though, as far as drivers in the playoffs. BJ McLeod will get the free pass in 18. Ryan Preece will pit. Schneider's going to pit as well here during the stage break. Topping off on fuel. It'll only give them about 7 lap pressure tires. But they won't have to restart too much further back. Schneider's really only going to lose about 6 or 7 spots on pit road. So it's only going to make a difference those first 7 laps. But if he can make the difference enough to get to the lead, or not to the lead, but probably not going to get to the lead, but to get higher than 8th place where he ran at the end of stage 2, then it'll be a net gain at least. All right. Calculating the points. Then I'll change the points on the upper right-hand corner of the screen for you guys. Again, Denny Hamlin gets 10 more points once again. Massive for him on his 7th stage win of the season. Newman gets 9 points in second. So third and second in both stages tonight for Ryan Newman. Pretty good. Came in 26 points below. That's what he needs to do if he can't win. We have a top 10 car, not much else. Yeah, that's accurate. All right, we got 3 points. We got better than nothing. This is honestly about where we were at Kansas last night, too. Mile and a halves have been the Achilles heel this season. Brad Keselowski got 5 points. Harvick got 6. And that was it. Only drivers to not get not get stage points of the playoff drivers. It would be 3 of them that time in stage 2, which would have been Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch. Were the only 3 that didn't get any stage points. So go through, we'll update. Got the points updated. Now I just got to organize them and get the difference between positions. I believe Harvick's still number 1 right now. Oh, yeah, he's definitely number 1. Harvick really the only one that's slowly kind of pulling away here. And not even by much either, so Newman's definitely closed that gap a ton from the start of the race. I mean, we scored 3 stage points compared to Newman scoring 17 stage points, so that's a big difference. Granted, we weren't the first person above the cutoff line coming in. We were the second one above, though. Oh, yeah, we're the last driver in on points as we run right now. At the end of stage 2, with all the stage points combined and the entire Kansas points combined, we are the last driver in on points by just 10 on Brad Keselowski. And Keselowski, I think, was, 6 at the end of the stage? So he's been running ahead of us for the most part today. But if Newman wins, we're going to be below the next closest guy, so we definitely don't need Newman to win this race. Of any driver up at the front right now, Newman or Blaney would be the 2 worst to win, but Blaney's been right around us, if not behind us most of the day, so I'm more worried about Newman because he's been in the top 3 all day long. Remember, Newman didn't even win his first race of the season until 2 races ago at the Roval. Definitely coming alive late in the year. Seeing you guys down there in the chat still. Again, just tallying points for those of you just tuning in. At the end of stage 2, Denny Hamlin has swept the stages so far tonight. Not easily by any means, but he has swept the stages, and we've had 9 cautions for incident total in this race so far. We still got a final stage yet to go, which will be 124 laps long. Let's see. All right, so everything's all ready to go. Just get that off the right-hand corner of the screen, get the new image on there, and all the points are updated, ready to go, and we're going to enjoy this final stage of racing here tonight at Texas. Just let me know down in the chat if that's looking good, and then we'll get the racing back underway again. It should be good. It looks pretty good in my screen. We'll just get the racing back underway.
We're going green.
But if there is any issues, I will
Be
pause
ready
and
here.
reshuffle it back up again. Denny Hamlin wins the race off pit road during the stage break. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again here at Texas.
You're clear all around, man.
Topped off on fuel. 7 laps more of it than everybody else. He didn't have the greatest restart just by being on the inside there.
Careful. Still there. All right. Clear outside.
He's driving to turns 3 and 4. They are 3 wide right in front of him.
Still
A
there.
lot of anywhere to go for Schneider. Underneath Bell and Johnson.
You got room. You're clear.
Around them with a 3 wide pass.
Car outside.
Had a chance to pull up in front of Blaney to slow his momentum down off the high side, but he didn't do it.
Clear all around, man. Got one up top. You got
We'll
room.
get
You're
around
clear.
full Custer though in turns 3 and 4 anyway. So now Blaney just gets to the outside of Custer. Boy, he is barely keeping that momentum alive. You want to give it up, that's for sure. Bowman trying to get underneath his teammate Chase Elliott. Elliott blocking him off. Schneider underneath Bowman now for 10th place. Go clear Bowman.
Clear up top there.
Go get underneath Elliott for 9th. Side by side for the lead between Almirola and Hamlin at the front of the field. Schneider to the inside of Elliott. He overdrove 1 and 2.
Got one down.
Door opened up for Bowman to get back underneath again.
Still there.
Oh man, Bowman gets into the 99. That's going to slow them both up. And he'll regain the 10th position.
Still there.
Didn't stay on the corner panel that time, down the back straightaway.
Still
Drives
there.
it deep into turns 3 and 4, back to the inside of Bowman. Will he clear him off of turn 4? Not clear up, he gets a little loose off turn 4. Bowman has the momentum on the high side. Side drafting each other now down the front stretch. Eric Jones leads this race. Jones with 1 win this year, way back at Phoenix.
All
And
right.
goes Bowman again for 10th. Byron really walked Logano off into 1 and 2. Well, couldn't go much lower.
Car there on the outside.
Schneider trying to side draft Elliott. He got into him. Cost the momentum of the 99. Has to drop in line behind him again.
Got one peeking outside.
Slide job up the tractor 3 and 4. Schneider clears Elliott for 9th. This is the battle we've all been waiting for right here. Final stage. Everybody really letting it all hang out on the line. late in the season, points are at a premium. Oh, he's putting that pressure back on Schneider though into 1 and 2. He's starting to build that momentum back up again. Schneider's going to try to keep him behind him as long as he can. Elliott all the way up high. Glued to the bottom that time for 3 and 4. Good corner. Looks like Quinn Houff was up in smoke. He makes it to pit road. We stay green here at Texas. No caution there. I want to say Houff has been in an accident in 3 straight races now. No, 4. He was in the big. He was the cause of the big one at Talladega late in the race with about 15 to go. I know he wrecked at the Roval. He got in a crash at Kansas in the last race, and now he's blown an engine here at Texas, so it doesn't bring out a caution there, unlike the first 3 races. But Quinn Houff, not keeping that car out of trouble, or at least the Starcom Racing team in general hasn't kept the car out of trouble 4 races in a row now. He just wants to get to the end of the season, I think. Oh, can't tell if he's coming out of, I think he is coming out of the pits. Never mind, Houff is not done yet. Oh, geez. He's getting up to speed right in front of the race leaders who are hauling down the back straightaway right now. Probably about 3 to 4 car lengths in front of Denny Hamlin in turns 3 and 4. Hamlin's going to catch him. Probably already has caught him. Just got to get around him. Schneider got really loose off 4. Stays in the gas. Pushing hard. We're only 1 pit stop out from the end of this race. Barring how the cautions might play out, of course. Of course, the driver I've been most harsh on in real life this season with NASCAR has been Brad Keselowski in that 2 team, and that's the driver trying to catch us for that final spot on points. It's only coincidental, but that's the thing. It's almost like the game's trying to be like, oh, you want to talk bad about me? Oh, well, I'm going to eliminate you from the round of 8. Sure enough, that's what it comes down to. Keselowski's in the top 5 right now, too. Win by really him or Newman, who are both in the top 5, would be catastrophic for the 99, really the 11 and the 18. And now we do have a caution. Alex Bowman's going to take that advantage. He'll come to pit road. BJ McLeod at 17th will pit. Kyle Busch will get the free pass at 19th, who's been a lap down most of the day. Cole Custer's going to pit. It looks like Schneider's going to pit as well. So we do have some lead lap cars coming into the pits, topping off on fuel, taking 4 fresh tires that are on the lead lap. But most of them are going to stay out and try to keep track position. I know, Patrick, I was looking at that earlier in the week, too. Really, the last couple races. James Davidson, you're right, has 7 more points than Quinn Houff and has ran 7 fewer races on him this season. And I think, again, that just goes to show what James Davidson's able to do. I know it's Rickwar racing equipment, so you can't really succeed at too much, but when he doesn't have a mechanical issue and gets to the end of the race, he's competing for top 20s. Good. Especially being as young as he is and not a lot of experience. A lot of talent.
Careful.
Green flag back in the air. Schneider won the race off pit road. Other 4 drivers on the lead lap that pitted, so he'll restart 15th. It's going to give him quite a few lap pressure tires. 20 to 25 laps worth, because remember, he stayed out during the stage break. They pitted and ran 7 laps there, so 20 to 25 lap pressure tires is going to work out. And look at who is battling for the lead with Denny Hamlin. Side by side is Brad Keselowski. First driver below the cutoff line. Looking for a win.
Stay low, stay low.
We'll be coming to 100 laps to go at Texas this time by. Have it quickly back inside the top 10. Underneath Byron, underneath Elliott.
Still there. Oh, put him.
3 and 4.
Got one.
Pressure tires prevail for Schneider. Oh man, he got into Elliott. Forcing his way clear off turn 4. Hamlin and Keselowski are still side by side for the lead. Newman, Almirola side by side. Harvick, Jones side by side for third. Harvick gonna go almost 3 wide to the inside. Schneider goes 3 wide underneath Almirola and Newman for 6th. A little loose off 4 in the middle. A little contact between the 10 and the 99. Oh, Almirola goes around. Hard contact with teammate Cole Custer, and man, Chase Elliott took a hard shot there as well on the outside doors. Almirola, who couldn't save his wrecking race car. And that is going to bring out yet another caution tonight. Now our 11th caution for incident in the race with 99 laps to go. Hamlin was just barely behind Brad Keselowski, so Keselowski will restart from the lead. Just a tiny bit of contact getting into one for Almirola, and he was sideways. One of the more treacherous corners in NASCAR as far as grip level goes, even on a newly resurfaced racetrack. With how low degree of banking in mid-corner speeds with this 550 package especially.
Be ready here.
Even with the downforce makes the car super loose there. It didn't take much. Custer was involved. He stays out of the pits. Elliott took a hard hit. He's further back there. Green flag back in the air. Everybody else on the lead lap stays out. Schneider underneath Jones on the restart. It wasn't a perfect timing restart for Schneider. Just 3 wide underneath Newman and Jones. Newman went to the outside. Now Denny Hamlin up the middle. 3 wide for the lead. Here at Texas. Keselowski up high. Harvick's clear. He's in the lead now. Keselowski with the charge on the outside. Hamlin had to get out of the gas. He got squeezed. And now Schneider goes 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. Harvick, Keselowski, Schneider. 3 playoff drivers. 3 wide for the lead. Ticket to the championship. 4 on the line. Harvick clears Keselowski. Schneider's got the lane down low. He's got about 25 lap pressure tires. Sends it into 3 and 4. He is clear. And for just the 2nd time today, this time on another restart, but in a lot better situation on pressure tires versus first time he was on old tires on the restart from the lead. And Schneider leads at Texas. The track position he has fought for all day long. This time he's in a position to likely keep it. Now he's just got to hit his marks and hope the race car doesn't step out on him. He was a little too low off 4 trying to get underneath the 99. It wasn't quite close enough to pounce. Schneider's just got to hook the bottom. He can't lose the bottom. Whatever happens here. He'll start to fall back like he did towards the end of stage 2 and the end of stage 1. Long ways to go, 91 laps. But hey, if it goes green near the end of the race, this could be prime position for the 99 crew. Well, 1 pit stop to the end, even for everybody that pitted during that last caution. He's still on the outside of Eric Jones right now for 2nd place as well. It's also going to help Schneider with them running side by side and side drafting each other. Three wide. Keselowski, Harvick, Hamlin this time for fourth. Alternate through the different camera angles. For the first time in this race today, it took a while to get there, but we're there. They're trying to run these low exits to these corners and really try to make sure he does not get past on the inside. It's going to be tough to get around him on the outside of Texas in the clean air. The inside is what he's really trying to hold off. Really backed up turns 1 and 2. A little dangerous to do that, but helps the acceleration off turn 2, so he maybe doesn't have to block as much down the back straightaway this time. I think partial throttle for 3 and 4, not all the way wide open that time. Again, this is just how hard it is to how tough it is to pass the leader here at Texas. And Schneider really hasn't had much more than a 6th place car at best today. He's got faster cars who've been in the top 5 all day long behind him. Hamlin's going to go 3 wide up the middle. Thought about it at least, didn't really have much room to do it. About 85 laps to go this time by here in Texas. Newman and Jones have been side by side for quite some time right now for 2nd place. Between Schneider probably holding them up and themselves holding each other up with this package and just side drafting the heck out of each other. It's really helping them. Newman up high. Schneider blocked him off down the back straightaway. Hamlin almost got in between him and Jones again. Hamlin's willing to risk it 3 wide up the middle. I just don't know if it's going to be a lot of grip there to try and have that move pull off and actually make it work.
Got one down low now. All clear.
Just the composure Schneider's had with the lead, knowing he doesn't have the race car, and holding on to it as long as he has right now is impressive of itself. Had to lift a little bit in the center of the corner that time. He could just slowly kind of feel the car wanting to slide up the track. Here comes Newman, and Schneider just cleared him at the start-finish line. Newman almost got to that right rear corner panel. Schneider lost a little bit of momentum in the center of the corner. Car high again. This is unbelievable. And again, in another race this season, defying the odds with the speed in this channel racing team, with the rookie team and the rookie driver in the Cup Series, looking like a bunch of veterans again. We had 1 green flag lap all day until now. Oh, he got a little loose in 1 and 2. Newman to the outside. And Ryan Newman back to the race lead. A slight little mishap. Newman's going to go high, though, in turns 3 and 4. Schneider's digging back to the bottom. Trying to close in. Hamlin inside of Eric Jones for position. Back to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Schneider going to hold on for 2nd, though, for dear life. This car's wiggling a ton right now compared to what it was even just 5 laps ago. Newman keeps going to the top in 3 and 4, and he keeps going to the bottom in 1 and 2. Hamlin probably has the fastest car in the field. He won the first 2 stages. He's in 3rd. And Almirola, after being involved in that last caution, is right up here in the mix as well. About 7th or 8th.
Got one up top. You're all clear up top. Got a car low now. All right, you're clear there.
Almost got underneath Schneider.
Got one down low now. All right, you're clear. Towers called.
Caution. Caution's out again. More pit stops coming. Justin Haley will get the free pass on 21st. Our 12th caution of the race. And for Schneider, pretty good. He held on to at least the top 2 that entire run from caution to caution. Almost 20 laps worth, despite not really having the car. Now he's in position again. He'll hit pit road. As will most of the cars on the lead lap this time. It looks like Cole Custer and Alex Bowman are going to stay out. So is Bell and McLeod. And Ryan Preece. Newman wins the race off pit road. The top 5 cars stayed out. They'll be on older tires. Green flag back in the air at Texas. Schneider, the first driver on fresher tires on the inside lane. He needs to beat Newman to the lead here. And everybody else on the pressure tires to the lead, really. He's going to want a shot at the lead. Squeezing underneath Ryan Preece. A little contact. That's going to slow him up getting up to speed. Newman had a better run on the outside.
Stay on the bottom. Got one peeking outside.
Schneider goes 3 wide. Oh my goodness, they're nearly 4 wide. Newman trapped up high. Schneider slides up the racetrack trying to pinch Newman off. He couldn't do it enough. BJ McLeod in second. He was one of the drivers on older tires up here. Newman is going to go to the middle lane. So is Eric Jones. Bowman in front of both of them. Bowman going to guard the high side. Jones got squeezed by Schneider. How did they not wreck down the back straightaway? Newman to the lead. Off of turn 4. Schneider didn't realize they were 3 wide. He had Jones and McLeod to the outside. He thought McLeod was cleared. We'll go back to the normal cam now. Schneider trying to get around Bowman, and he overdrives 1 and 2 trying to do it. And that allows Harvick to get underneath him. Harvick to third. Harvick stuck behind Bowman now. Schneider back to the inside through 3 and 4. Trying to side draft the 88. Oh, Keselowski might have clipped the grass there down the front stretch. Newman is getting away, but Schneider's back to second again. Keselowski in third. And the 3 drivers on the cutoff line are 1, 2, 3. 3 wide off 2, almost 4 wide back there. And right back to where he was at the caution. In second, trying to defend the field. Oh man, just got in front of Jones. Jones gave him a shot. A little bit of damage to the back bumper of the 99. That might loosen him up a little more now. Hopefully not too much more. Oh my goodness. That was not good damage on the back bumper of the 99. He got really loose off 2. Keselowski's up to second. Turner, welcome to the stream.
Got a car high now.
Jones is there. Up high, Schneider is way too loose. Oh, Jones got him back. He gets a little sideways.
All right, you're clear there.
And 1 and 2, he corrects it right in front of Joey Logano. Here comes William Byron way up high.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right, clear up. Got a car low back.
William Byron trying to get inside the top 3.
Car there on the inside. All right.
Schneider's got a mad loose race car. Gonna have to repair this damage. Still 1 pit stop to the end. Everybody that pitted during that last caution once more.
Car there on the outside.
3 wide for
Car
fourth.
there on the inside.
Schneider can't get underneath Hamlin, and he crowded into him. Contact, slowing the 99 up some more. Got damage to the back bumper, which is really holding him back. Look at Elliott go 3 wide under his teammate and Almirola, who's caught in the middle. Blaney's inside the top 5. Now we have 3 drivers below the cutoff line, all inside the top 5. And Schneider, the first driver above the cutoff line, in 6th. Schneider driving Indy. Look at how sideways his car is. He's going to need to repair that damage under the next stop, which will likely be the final one of the day. That late block on Jones getting the contact with the back bumper is really hurting the race car corner exit. Getting too loose and clogging the straightaway speed down.
Stay low, stay low.
Trying to get underneath Blaney in the 12 again. Can't quite get to the corner panel. He got close. Hamlin just got around Keselowski for second. Oh, Blaney crowds Schneider into turn 1. That contact fogged him down, and here comes Almirola 3 wide.
Got one outside now.
Trying to side draft Blaney again. At least get around the 12 car for 6th.
You got room, you're clear.
Almirola's starting to pull away now. Jones got around Blaney. Harvick trying to do the same, so is Byron. Yeah, I'm surprised that NASCAR 21 is not going to be compatible for PS5. I'm really shocked about that. I would have thought with the later release that was the whole idea, that they were working on trying to get it compatible for it. You know, not maybe the main part of having the late release, that and the new engine really the foundation was too. So it's just the new engine. Taking the extra 4 months. Yeah, I was very shocked. That's going to stink for anybody who does have a PS5 and doesn't have a PS4 anymore that wants to move NASCAR.
Got one peeking outside.
I definitely won't have to get a PS5 anytime soon. Lean 3 wide into 1 underneath Harvick and Jones. Harvick going 3 wide all the way down low now. Blaney stuck in the middle. Oh, late dive on Harvick getting into the corner. Harvick gets sideways and he drives through it. More damage to the back of the 99. Here comes Byron. Schneider's in the wall. They're 4 wide. And they all make it. Oh, and now we get a caution. I'm surprised they threw the yellow for that. I am shocked they threw the yellow. That is another caution in this race. 62 to go, right at the edge of the pit window. Our 13th yellow of the race. Well, if Newman wins, we'll likely be below the cutoff line unless we beat Hamlin or Busch, which we are beating Busch right now. But then Keselowski's also beating us, and he's the first driver below, so I don't know. Schneider lost a lot of track position. He was just in 5th. Lewis, now he's back to 12th. Had to repair that damage, so we lost another spot on pit road. He'll restart in 12th place. Newman will restart from the lead. He won the race off pit road. Green flag back in the air. 59 to go in Texas. And if you stick around for a few minutes after the race today, I will have the points on the screen for you guys, full screen. Johnson into the back Schneider into the back of Johnson, rather. Oh, that held Schneider up. He's still stuck on the top. He couldn't get down to the bottom on the initial restart. No joy there either.
Car there on the inside.
Joy LaJoy battling for 12th place late in the race at Texas. Side drive Schneider. 1 and 2. Schneider can't get away from.
Still there.
Turn 3. Schneider finally clears it. Newman, Keselowski, Hamlin, 1, 2, 3. Newman and Keselowski both below the cutoff line, trying to put guys like Schneider, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Keselowski himself in more danger if Newman wins. Everybody on equal tires. Can they make it on fuel to the end of the race? Will it be a fuel mileage race itself to the end if it does stay green? At 13 cautions so far. I'd like to believe this will be the longest green flag run of the race, 62 laps to the finish as well. Actually 59 by the time they went through. Schneider underneath Johnson and Blaney, 3 wide into 1 and 2. Get tight.
Still there.
He got pinched down, he just couldn't get back to the gas when he wanted to.
Still there.
Oh, he overdrove 1 and 2. So did Jimmy. Saw a fuel mileage race at Texas in real life in the fall race last season. Maybe we'll see one here. One caution should put these guys a couple laps to the good, but what is this race going to bring? It's brought a whole lot of surprises so far. Lost some track position right before the caution really hurt Schneider. Stuck in 12th ever since the restart. One of the few times he's been on the outside for restart all day as well. Unlike the first 2 times, he couldn't get down to the bottom right away. Joy was kind of holding him up. Johnson finally got around Blaney. Schneider going to get around Blaney through 3 and 4 as well, it looks like. Clear off turn 4 for 11. Trying to challenge Jimmy Johnson for 10th. Again, he gets underneath Johnson into 1 and 2. Trying to side draft him, drives it in deep. And he clears the 48 for 10th place. Blaney underneath Johnson now for 11. Side by side down the back straightaway. I doubt we're going to run green to the end just with how many cautions we've had. Again, we've had 13 for incident today. 4 of them in the final stage. Blaney might have clipped the grass that time trying to clear Johnson. He still cleared him. Now he kind of misses the inside into 1 and 2. Jimmy's probably going to get back around him for this one. Logano side by side for 80. Slowing each other up. Trying to slowly chipping away at them now. Buster as well in the battle maybe to get a top 10. involved in that same accident. Almirola and Elliott were involved in. Elliott and Almirola back inside the top 9. Custer just outside the top 10 himself. Snyder actually went full throttle through 1 and 2 that time. He's pushing hard. He's trying some new things. Well, through 3 and 4 as he's done for most of the day.
Hold your line, got one.
Johnson has the run underneath him though. Oh man, they banged doors. Right at about the start-finish line. Snyder holds on to 10.
Inside. You got room. You're clear there.
And block Johnson. Hoping that creek doesn't run dry. They haven't quite looked as strong the last 4 races compared to what we did up until Talladega. That DNF at Talladega really derailed us. Followed up by the 24th at the Roval. Really without the short track chassis still. Made it into the only reason we're even in the round of 8 is because we won at Las Vegas. We would not have made it if it wasn't for that win. And a good run at Kansas, not a whole lot of stage points. Just like here at Texas, not a whole lot of stage points, but a 9th at Kansas, now we're 10th here late at Texas. Those kind of runs when you get into the round of 8 aren't going to do it. You almost have to finish top 5 pretty consistently. If not win, of course. Johnson's having a hard time trying to keep Johnson. Not just trying to, yeah. Snyder's trying to keep Johnson behind him, but he's having a hard time trying to do it. Jimmy hasn't really looked this fast and deep for a top 10, although he's got to come out of nowhere. Running right around 15th most of the race. Remember, Johnson won at Texas earlier this season. This is his only win on the year. Not surprising he is in the top 10 of this, and even in the race a couple nights ago on Tuesday at Kansas, Jimmy was in the top 5 late in that race. Kind of out of nowhere. Propelling himself forward towards the end. Final time we're going to alternate through the different camera angles here tonight for about the next dozen laps. We'll go back to the normal camera to the finish after that. Ryan Newman continues to lead here at Texas. Now he's just got to get through the lap traffic well, and if we have any more restarts, time them out just as good as he's pretty much timed out nearly every restart up to this point. Then the guy to beat on the restarts. Got 40 laps to go in this 500-mile race. Remember, Schneider actually DNF'd at Texas earlier this season. Things are definitely going a lot better for him now than what they did earlier this year at this track. One of the 5 races he DNF'd in so far in his rookie campaign. Not just any rookie campaign, but remember, whatever happens for us the rest of the season, we've won the Rookie of the Year. We were the only rookie to make it to the playoffs. With Custer, Reddick, Bell, Health, I guess, technicality, Chad Kinsey, Tristan Haley, some of the part-time drivers. A good life would have been the Rookie of the Year in this one as well. Large rookie class with a couple of pretty good contenders in there, like Reddick, Bell, and Custer. Trying to prevail over all of them for the Rookie of the Year race. Tell you what though, things could have been a lot worse having that penalty midway through stage 2 than what they are right now. The fact that he's in 10th, he could be a lap down still for all intents and purposes. But he's not. He's trying to battle it out to the end. No matter what happens the rest of this race tonight, going to have one more opportunity at Martinsville to try and get into the championship 4. Really hoping tonight Newman doesn't win. Newman or Keselowski. Newman would be literally the worst driver to win this race with everybody running out towards the front. I guess Blaney as well. Blaney's actually just below Newman in points as far as following stage 2 goes. As of right now, I believe he's at 6th. Late race restart though, you never know. Although remember, this is a possible fuel mileage race to the very finish. Not anything is impossible here. See exactly how we are on fuel. Looks like we're, as of right now, looking to the good, but not by much. Doesn't mean the same for everybody else either. About 3/4 of a lap to the good on fuel right now for the 99 in these. 14 seconds off the lead in 10th. For those of you wondering where I finished at Martinsville earlier this season as well, we finished 13th in that race earlier in the season with the short track chassis. It was not going to be an easy go. Phoenix we were way worse than that. Although Phoenix was the 4th race of the season, I think we finished about 17th or something like that. It's actually pretty good for being super early in the year. Our components weren't where they are now even. TV Booty, welcome to the stream. Custer, Ryan, Blaney keep passing each other back and forth for 11. Johnson's kind of falling off. Lost touch of those guys. Lap car of Ty Hill.
Got one outside now.
29 laps to go here at Texas. After this lap, we'll go back to the normal camera for the rest of the race.
Careful, still there. Clear all around there.
Ryan Newman leads, and Wingel and advance into the championship 4. Remember, no playoff drivers that are currently in the round of 8, at least one at Kansas. So all 8 drivers still fighting for 4 spots. As far as the playoff drivers go, they've all stayed out of trouble in this one. I don't think any of them have been involved in any accidents. Well, I guess Schneider did earlier. He survived. He's still in 10th. Could have been a lot worse. He was very slow speed coming into pit road.
Stay on the bottom. Clear high, clear high.
Had some damage repaired it. Served the penalty. Still finished 8th at the end of stage 2. Being a lap down middle of that said stage. Got the free pass. Got a few late cautions in the stage to give himself at least an opportunity to do so. About 16.5 seconds off the race lead for Ryan Moon. For how many cars Moon might be putting a lap down here as well. We got about 18 on the lead lap when we went green. 18 to 19. I think 18. We would have had 19 with Kyle Busch getting the free pass in 19th, but Truex was out of the race after one of the cautions to win. So I believe just 18 on the lead lap. Look at all the drivers who have DNF'd in this one. We got a lot of DNFs. It's like about 6 to 8 cars. Probably 6 or 7. Be more approximate. That are out of this race. And we've had 13 cautions per incident. Still 24 laps to go. This would be the longest green flag run to the end of the race at 59 laps. Slowly catching Chase Elliott and Joey Logano in 8th and 9th. Athens battle back past Ryan Blaney, at least going back and forth with him as well. By side lap traffic in front of the 99. Bottom was just open to get underneath Stenhouse and David Reagan. He wanted to make that pass quickly. He definitely doesn't want to get held up in lap traffic and allow anybody else to catch him the rest of this race. And again, we don't know what the fuel situation's going to look like. Can these guys make it to the end? I'll tell you something, they can't make it to the end, though. That right front tire on Schneider's car is cooking right now. That's the last thing he needs to do, is that thing blowing before the end of the race. I don't think it's going to make it. Even if the fuel does make it by 3/4 of a lap. Well, the good he really is on fuel with 3/4 to a full lap to the good. If we get a caution, he might have to pit anyway. Maybe everybody else will too, though. Down to 20%. 20 laps to go here in Texas. Did cycle through green flag stops earlier in the race. Cause your own yellow and prevent Newman from... No, I'm not going to do that.
Still there. All clear.
That's cheap. I hope you were joking. That would not be right. Our luck, we tried to cause a yellow and we DNF or something. Oh, Yellow car in the wall. William Byron has blown a right front tire.
Yellow's out, back
And that will bring out a caution late. With 18 laps to go. Our 14th caution of the race. Schneider's going to pit. Free pass to Kyle Busch again in 18th. So Schneider is going to likely restart 17th. Byron is pitting as well. He'll give himself 4 fresh Goodyears. It looks like he should repair the damage and stay in this race. That is not the caution Ryan Newman wanted to see. That is definitely one Hamlin wants, because, again, a win by any one of these round of 8 drivers will advance him to the championship 4. Schneider will restart 16th. Fortunately, he's on the outside again. Green flag back in the air. So about 40 lap pressure tires for Byron and Schneider. Byron, a non-playoff driver, just 15 laps to go here at Texas. Well, the problem is Schneider being on the outside on this restart. Looked like he might have had a chance to get underneath of Byron, and he will barely get underneath Boyer. He had to bump draft him down the back straightaway and help him along to do it.
All right, you're clear. Stay on the bottom here. All right, you're clear. Car there on the outside. All right, you're clear.
Schneider trying to beat Byron to the front, though, if he does get up there.
Still there?
Schneider to 9th. Got around Blaney for 3 and 4. And overdrove the corner a little bit, but he cleared him on the fresher tires. So again, Byron and Schneider have 40 lap fresher tires in the rest of the field. The only lead lap cars to pit during the caution. Everybody else stayed out to get the track position. Can't blame them, because that has been a huge factor in this race tonight.
Careful, still there.
Schneider underneath Harvick for 7th.
All right, you're clear.
Underneath Logano for 6th. 12 to go. Newman is still in the lead. He nailed yet another restart. Byron follows Schneider. He gets underneath Logano. Now want to wait till that penultimate race at Martinsville, especially if Newman wins. That could be catastrophic and maybe put Schneider below the cutoff line. If not below it, he will definitely have a lot closer points deficit. Than even the 10 points he had coming into this stage. Side by side in front of him with Hamlin and Jones. Remember, Hamlin's got the strongest car in the field. Restarting the outside didn't help him. Schneider trying to get underneath Jones and Hamlin. Now he is in the middle of 3 and 4. They're 3 wide. Byron's just going to have to follow Schneider through the field and hope he can get around him late if they get to the front, of course. Passing Newman's going to be the hardest car to pass. Not only is because it's Ryan Newman, but because he's got the clean air. Schneider will pass and clear Keselowski off of turn 2 for 3rd. 99-24 on the move. About a second off the lead. Schneider now underneath Almirola for 2nd. And boy, things have turned around with the flip of a switch for the team who has led about 20 laps, if not less, today. Probably the 4th win of, potentially, if he wins today, 6. That he will have led less than 30 laps to go to victory lane. He clears Almirola off turn 2 for 2nd. Now can he run down Ryan Newman in the clean air? And there is not going to be any more lap traffic the rest of the race. And on top of that, can he keep the 24 of Byron behind him? What Newman wants to see is Byron and Schneider battle it out. They get side by side. That's going to be big. Jones fights back to the outside of Byron. That might help Schneider just a bit. Schneider can't really arc the corners off. Because if he does that, he's going to risk giving up too much of the bottom, and Byron might get there. Byron almost clipped the grass. Hamlin's now back up to fourth. Took him a little bit to get to the bottom. Finally got there, though. These guys aren't closing in on Newman. Might need another caution. Hamlin to the outside of William Byron. This shouldn't catch lap traffic the rest of the race. Yeah, we only got 6 laps to go. They are running out of time. Second place still going to be better than 10th. Well, that's if he holds on to second. Byron's going to get by. And he's going to get to second place. Lost point there for Schneider. Full throttle through 3 and 4. Got a little loose off 4. 5 more laps. A little too wide though into turn 1. Barely keeps Hamlin behind him. That was close. Four to go this time by for Ryan Newman. Still got a little over a 1 second lead. Now he's just hoping it stays green to the finish. And again, hoping that William Byron and Schneider, who have a little bit pressured tires, don't close in. I think Byron's got a chance to get to him. I just don't think he can get around him. Schneider's just blocking for his life for third place. He loses the bottom. He might lose a couple more than just a spot to Denny Hamlin. And he could be racing Hamlin for the final spot on points as well. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the studio.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right, here.
What happens if Newman wins the championship? What wins the championship? That'd be crazy. Newman's trying to go for a second win in a 3-race stretch as well. 2 laps to go this time by. We've had a lot of overtime finishes, 5 of them in the last 8 races. Will we get another one here tonight? Or will Newman be able to get to the white flag? Byron's closing in slowly, but not fast enough. Jones now to the inside of Hamlin. Hamlin tried to go to the outside. He was getting desperate and couldn't get around Schneider on the bottom. Trying to build the momentum up, but Jones is there into turn 3. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man. Trying to win his second race of the season, again, second in a 3-race stretch. Schneider has the big battle now, trying to hold off Hamlin and a couple others, and now we get a caution. Caution is out for the 15th time today, with about a half a lap to go, and Ryan Newman is going to get the checkered flag. And Newman is going to advance to the championship 4. He came in 8th of the 8 playoff drivers today. He came in 27 points below the cutoff line. And he came in 23 points below the cutoff line into the final stage. But it is Newman getting the checkered flag and prevailing here late, holding off Schneider and Byron on the pressured tires. He got a big enough lead before they got the second and third and held on. Schneider's best finish in 4 races since winning at Las Vegas. He'll take a third. He was in 10th when the last caution came out with about 18 to go. Track position key at Texas, and that's what won Ryan Newman this race. What a win for Ryan Newman. He had the fastest lap, 29.135. And he also led the most laps, 169 of the 334 laps led today for Newman. 15 cautions in this race, tied for the second most in a single race on the channel. Garbage car we had today. I wouldn't say garbage. I mean, we had a top 10 car. We've had garbage cars in the past, trust me. We've ran 30th or worse for most of a race on a career mode before. I think Kentucky this season, we ran like 33rd most of the race. Like we've had some garbage cars, but this one at least was a top 10 car. We got a 3rd place finish out of it, so not bad there. I'm going to tally the points up real quick, and then I'll show you guys full screen what the points look like before we end up doing the next Heat 5 career mode stream at Martinsville, which likely won't be until Monday if I had to assume. Likely looking at Monday. Turn on Fox. What's going on with the White Sox? I'll check the score real quick. I don't even know who the White Sox are playing this week. I know my Tigers won today. Let me check that real quick. 7-3 on the Yankees. Oh, it's the Field of Dreams game. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that being on today. I didn't know it was on Fox. I figured it was going to be on ESPN. Cap24, by the way, welcome into the stream here late, as well as Tim Irvin. Playoff implications at Texas. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Keegan won't make the final unless he wins. Well, we'll see. Let me calculate all the points here. Then we'll go through the finishing order. See how close the cutoff is going to be now. That's a shame that we have finished 9th. We have finished 9th and 3rd. In the first 2 rounds of the round of 8, we're in danger of missing the next round. And we came in as the #1 seed. That just goes to show how tough this is. And how big of a win, of course, Ryan Newman had right there. And the 2nd win of the year for Newman. Hamlin scored a ton of points today. I know he finished 4th, and it was behind us, but he also won the first 2 stages. Because he came in, I believe, 5 points below the cutoff line, or 5 or 10 points below the cutoff line at Kissel end of the day, and he's going to be at least above it going into the final race, I believe. Let's see, Hamlin. So of the playoff drivers inside the top 10, again, Newman with the win. Schneider would have gotten 34 points for the finish. Denny Hamlin finishing 5th, nice top 5. He was there all day long. Likely had the fastest car until Newman took over in that final stage. Led a lot of laps there, and that's what led Newman to not only winning, but again, leading the most laps as well. But Hamlin still gets 32 points. Brad Keselowski gets 30 points with his 7th place finish. Harvick gets 29, finishing 8th. Then outside the top 10, Ryan Blaney finishes 11th. Gets him 26 points. Kyle Busch finishes 18th, 2 laps down. Well, sorry, 1 lap down. We technically would have had 14 drivers finish on the lead lap. Or no, that caution came out. We had 18 on the lead lap. So Busch, I think he didn't get to the white flag yet. That's why he scored him 2 down. So the top 18 would have finished on the lead lap. But only 19 points for Kyle Busch total today. He didn't get any stage points early in the race either. That was definitely costly for him. And Kurt Busch, who came in below the cutoff line, he didn't score any stage points either and finished 25th. Only getting 12 points total today for Kurt Busch. So he is going to be 8th of the 8 drivers going into Martinsville, and he's likely going to be in a near must-win situation. Get the chat back on here, see what you guys are talking about. We got 12 people watching. Stay tuned. We're getting the points all calculated right now, so that way I can give you guys the update. Again, have to do the points myself this season. Did the game crashing multiple times throughout the course of the season. It's a good thing I kept track. I'll tell you what, though, we would have finished 10th if it stayed green to the end. Getting 7 points there, finishing 3rd on that late race restart, that is a huge help. It's not on Fox, by the way. I thought you said tune in Fox. Or turn on Fox. What's going on Fox? Is it Fox Sports 1? All right. So Newman's going to advance. Yes, he is. Ryan Newman does advance to the Championship 4. He'll race for the title at Phoenix. Just like he did back in 2014 when he raced for the title at Homestead. Something about Newman and thriving in the 60-man playoff. Something about it. Yeah, Kurt Busch is going to be in pretty much in a must-win situation. He's 55 points below the cutoff line going into Martinsville. But hey, if he wins, he's in the Championship 4. I mean, that's what Ryan Newman did tonight. He came in 27 points below the cutoff, or 26 points below the cutoff line. So anything could happen. And he came in 8th into this race as far as the overall standings. So Kurt Busch could do the same. Tell you what, if we get a different winner below the cutoff line where we're at, I think we're screwed. We finished 13th at Martinsville earlier this season. And I don't think we scored any stage points in that race either. So we're definitely going to have to score some stage points this time around, that's for sure. And even Kevin Harvick, I mean, he's the highest on points right now, but he's not a guaranteed lock by any means. All right, got the point standings ready. I'll show you guys right this minute. I'll just make it full screen so it makes it easier for you guys. Thanks for those of you staying in. You guys want to see the points. You guys are ready. There they are. My Google Docs page. So there are the current standings for the playoffs. Ryan Newman, again, locked into the Championship 4 with a win tonight at Texas. Currently highest in the point standings going into Martinsville. Again, likely going to run on Monday night would be Kevin Harvick. He is 24 points above the cutoff line, so even that is not comfortable. Again, he could score 60 points in a race, so he's not even a half a race worth of points ahead of Keselowski on the cutoff line. Egan Schneider, plus 13 points. Denny Hamlin, plus 12. Brad Keselowski will be the first driver below the cutoff line. Hamlin, first driver in right now at minus 12. Kyle Busch at minus 13. Ryan Blaney at minus 34. It was likely a must-win situation, but that points deficit isn't completely impossible if some of those guys inside the top, well, really second through fourth, DNF, he does have a shot still to point his way in, but likely going to need that or them to run outside the top 20 for most of the race if they don't DNF. And then Kurt Busch would be likely in the must-win situation. I think mathematically he might be, because you could score 60 points in a race, but you can only outscore somebody by 59 points. But if you win, you move on. So what I'm thinking is if he wins both stages, Kurt Busch wins both stages and finishes second in the race, so he doesn't win, and say like Denny Hamlin, who would be the first driver out of the cutoff line, so the guy he's closest to, finishes last with no stage points, just gets 1 point, Kurt Busch would still finish with 55 points to Kurt Busch's 1. Or sorry, Kurt Busch would finish with 55 points to Denny Hamlin's 1. So he'd only outpoint Hamlin by none. He would be 1 point shy. So yes, Kurt Busch is in a must-win situation no matter what. He mathematically can't even point his way in. So I guess I'll just put must-win for Kurt Busch going into the race at Martinsville. So yeah, that's the points. It's tight. It's tight. If Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Blaney, or Kurt Busch win, then you're looking at Hamlin and Schneider 1 point difference for the cutoff line. So it is definitely going to be a dire situation at Martinsville next week. Thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I am going to see you guys on the channel again tomorrow night, but it'll be NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 video game. It'll be the Busch Series. I believe Dodge Raceway is the next race on the schedule. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's Dodge Raceway. It is the 15th race of the season. We ran it over earlier, so that race it is already on the channel, race 14, so you can go out, check that out on your way out as well. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow night on the channel. Not sure what the start time will be on that one. Knowing I'll have to wake up and go to Indy earlier in the morning Saturday, I wouldn't expect it to be too late. I'm coming home right after work, so probably going to stream about 6, 7 o'clock for that.